So, my name is Bill Bass. I am from St. Louis, Missouri. I am a library and technology coordinator in my school district. And for many years, I was an English teacher. If you were in one of my sessions earlier, I talked about this a little bit. I was an English teacher. And one of the things that, as an English teacher, I was always looking for are ways to give kids opportunities to tell stories. Give kids opportunities to create their own stories and to create their own understanding of the world, really, by the stories that they tell. And that's one of the things that I keep going back to regardless of my position. I've done quite a few things over the last couple years, but I always go back to the power of story and the power of story specifically for kids. So today what we're going to talk about, this session is entitled Telling Stories with YouTube. And so we're going to talk about YouTube, and we're going to talk about some of the different tools inside of YouTube, but we're also going to talk about story and the way that story can be communicated and the ways that you can have kids tell stories inside of YouTube. One of the things that is, YouTube really, in the grand scheme of things, YouTube isn't very old. It hasn't been around all that long. So we're going to talk about YouTube itself, we're going to talk about stories, and then we're going to talk about some of the tools that are available inside of YouTube to show that. So before we really get started, I want to show you where to find all of the information going forward, because here's the thing, typically this is a 6 to 8 hour session. So we're going to do it in 60 minutes. So, that being said, there are an amazing amount of things that I'm not doing or not talking about and not addressing. So I want to show you where to get all of that information. So if you would, if you're on the Google Camp site, which you can find on your little namey taggy here, if you go there and go to Breakout Session 4, you will find at the very top, and I know this is super easy to read, but imagine if you will, that says cafeteria. That's where we are, and I am Bill Bass, and we are going to talk about YouTube stories. So if you would click on that, it's going to take you to this page, and down at the very bottom, there is a link right down here that says edtechteam.com. I am with the EdTech team. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. And one of the things that I've been doing for the last couple years is working with EdTech team and Google to go around and do just this, talk to people about all things googly stuff. So down here at that EdTech team link, that is going to take you to this page where this is really all the information that, not quite all the information, but the majority of the information that I would go over in a workshop, and we would be creating videos and things like that. We're not creating videos today. We only have 60 minutes. But there's an awful lot of stuff here that you can look for in the future. And I have no intention, this isn't going away. Okay, so one of the things about all the resources that you find on the EdTech team sites, those are going to be there. We're not taking them down. There's information from 2 years ago, 5 years ago, that's all there on this site. So as long as you can get to that link and to the EdTech team link, you will be able to find that information. So really what I want to talk about today, again, is YouTube and how to use YouTube in the classroom and really to create stories around it. Most of the kids that are sitting in your class right now, how do you think they use YouTube? They use it to watch videos, right? They are consumers of videos. Okay, I know my kids are. And if you've been with me at all today, you've heard a lot about them because they're 9 years old, they're twins, they're like my little incubators. And it's actually kind of nice because I can just kind of throw something at them and see what they do and see how they react to it, because I'm not in a classroom anymore. I was a high school teacher. I don't like the way that young kids are working with some of these tools, I don't have that experience with them firsthand. I can go to classrooms all day long, but to sit and be able to watch my own kids, just try it out and see what happens. That changes a lot of stuff. But your kids, just like my kids, your kids that are in your classes, they are watching videos. They go there and they will watch video. They watch videos all day long on lots of different topics. So, and there's nothing really wrong with that necessarily, but that's only one half of the puzzle. So, I know this is super easy to see, so I'll read a few of these to you. There's some key YouTube stats, and this was actually from 2 years ago. So consider that 2 years ago, YouTube exceeds 2 billion views a day. 2 billion views a day. Okay? What that does, that doubles the primetime audience of all 3 major US broadcast networks. Okay? That's a lot of video. Now this is worldwide. Okay, so these stats are worldwide, but they were compiled by a group in the United States. 24 hours of video are uploaded every minute. Yeah, whoa, that's a lot of video. 24 hours of video just got uploaded since we started this. In about 20 seconds, it's going to be 48 hours of video that were just uploaded, and this was 2 years ago. Okay, so imagine what that might be like now. The average person spends 15 minutes a day on YouTube. Okay? Obviously, that's average. Okay? There are some people who spend a lot more than 15 minutes a day on YouTube. But there are people who don't even know what YouTube is. 15 minutes a day on average. That's a lot of time. Especially considering that a lot of those videos that they're watching, pretty short, right? This one I find amazing. More video is uploaded to YouTube in 60 days than all 3 major US networks created in 60 years. 60 days as compared to 60 years. We as a global community are creating more video than ever before. Okay? And that's just the United States. In the United States, those 3 networks create an amazing amount of video. Okay? They create an amazing amount of broadcasting. We do that in 60 days with YouTube. Last one, 70% of YouTube's traffic comes from outside the United States. Okay? Comes from all over the world. YouTube has broken down a great deal of the borders that have existed for years. Not single-handedly, like the internet, they kind of did it together, but really, think about it in terms of YouTube. Think about the amount of content that you now have access to, and in turn, your students have access to. It's staggering. Okay, so I think this means 2 things. First of all, we have to teach them how to find things on YouTube. We have to teach them how to really be critical thinkers about the information that's there. Right now, my kid's 9 years old. If it's on the internet, they believe it. Okay? They're not alone. Most kids are like that. If it's on the internet, they believe it. Why would the internet lie? Right? Okay, so when you're talking about YouTube, and you're talking about the videos that they are creating that people are creating and putting on YouTube, are there really heinous things that are online? Absolutely. Okay? And if it's online, chances are somebody's making a video about it. Okay? Regardless of what the topic. Pick your awful topic. Okay? You want to talk about genocide. You want to talk about hate crimes. I mean, there are a number of people creating those things. So that makes it all the more important for us to teach students and to talk to students and to have conversations with students about what makes for a good story. How to tell what's propaganda and what's fact. How to be critical consumers of information so that this 60 years of video that is created in 60 days, so that information and the 48 hours of video that have just been uploaded, so that information they can be critical consumers of and spend some time. So that's one thing that it means. Another piece that it means, though, is that at some point, if they're not already, your kids that are with you right now, regardless of the age, are already creating videos. They're already producing them. They're already authors. They're already filmmakers. They're already actors. They don't need you to do that. They did it. They're doing it. Okay? So what does that mean? Are they making good videos? Not always. Okay? Are some of them making great videos? You better believe it. In January 2005, YouTube was born in a garage in California. Okay? This little video kind of, and I turned off the sound, but this little video illustrates, kind of where YouTube has come. And if you watch this as it goes through, you're going to see really the reason YouTube was created, the why behind YouTube is because two guys wanted to share a video together and they couldn't very easily. Okay? They did. That's all they wanted. And so as you look at this, chances are you're going to see some of the videos that you've seen in the past. Okay? And I'm going to show you a few things. Charlie bit my finger, and yeah. So there's lots of things that are on YouTube right now that you didn't have access to 3 years ago. Information you didn't have access to. And like it just says there, every moment has its place. People are putting more video online every single day. And lots of them are under the age of 13. So as interesting as this is, we're moving on. So what my question is for you is, how do we create our world? How do we get kids to create their world? Because when you create a video, when you tell a story, part of that is a reflection of your world. It's a way that you understand, and this is, and truly, this is how I frame it for lots of people. If you are going to create a video on a topic, you are going to have a deeper understanding and a different relationship with that content when you're done. How many of you have made a video before? Yay for you. Did you have a different understanding or relationship? I mean, it might be a stretch, depends on the video, but do you have a different relationship with that topic now that you've created a video on it? Absolutely. And part of that is because chances are, even if you didn't intentionally do it, you told a story of some sort. That's what people connect with. That's why YouTube is such a big deal. We create our world. We create the representations of our world based on the products that we create, whether that's in writing. I was an English teacher. When I write something, I understand it. I go through the process of writing. I may not know where I'm going to be when I'm done. Same thing when you're telling stories with video. Okay? So just, as we go through and look at these different tools, just think about it in terms of how do we give kids opportunities to create? Do we? Do we give kids opportunities to create in a medium that they understand, like, and spend 15 minutes at least a day on? Maybe, maybe not. And if we don't, why not? How can we bridge that gap for them? One of the things that Clay Shirky says is the future presented by the internet is the mass amateurization of publishing. It's a switch from why publish this to why not. Okay? We've all seen bad videos on YouTube, yes? Okay? Some of them should not have been published, to be honest. Okay? But we have the space, we have the medium. It's really, really easy. Does anybody have a YouTube channel right now? 3 people. Okay, so 3 of you have YouTube channels. All right? In this case, basically, for those of you who don't have a YouTube channel, let me tell you about the YouTube channel. A YouTube channel is where you store all your videos. It's your space online. It's your YouTube space where you can upload videos. If you have the space, and truly you have unlimited space online, why is this your question? Why wouldn't it be here? This is what my kids are asking. My son, Minecraft fanatic, wants to make videos on Minecraft, because he sees other people. He is emulating, he is making sense of his world because of his experiences on YouTube. He is taking what other people have done and he is learning from them. He's learning how to build things. He's learning how to make a roller coaster. He's learning how to do all these things by watching videos online. What he wants to do is he wants to contribute. It's not enough for him now. He's 9. It's not enough for him now to be a consumer. He wants to be a contributor. He wants to be a publisher. He wants to be an author. He wants to be a filmmaker. And that's what YouTube gives him the opportunity to do. So, I don't know if you guys remember this. You guys remember good old Gary and the Numa Numa? All right, so we're only going to watch a little of this because otherwise we'll all want to, run away screaming. But, okay, so we're going to skip this ad in 3, 2, 1 seconds. Thanks. All right. You guys remember this? Okay, I know this is not easy to read, to see. This is just a guy sitting in front of a webcam. He has headphones on, and all he's really doing is lip singing to the video. Okay? People went crazy for this. All right? Absolutely did. And so, this is all there is to it. I promise you, there is nothing more to this. This is it. Okay? So, Gary here was sitting in front of his webcam, decides to record himself lip singing to this song. Shortly after this went crazy. Like, legitimately, people were crazy for this video. And so, that means something. And really think about it. That absolutely means something. The fact that, this kid, he's just sitting in front of a webcam and starts lip singing. Like every kid does at some point, maybe not in front of a webcam, but in front of the mirror with a brush or, you did it. Don't pretend that you didn't do it. You all did it. Okay, so he put it online. People went crazy. And so one of the things, Henry Jenkins, he's a sociologist, what he says is that he talks about this in terms of participatory culture. And I think about this in terms of my kid who wants to create a video now because of the videos that he's seen. And what he says is participatory culture is emerging as the culture absorbs and responds to the explosion of new media technologies. Make it possible for average consumers to archive, annotate, appropriate, and recirculate new media content in powerful new ways. Okay? You've ever heard of a remix? You can take these videos and you can remix them. Basically, that's repurposing them for your own use in different ways. Telling a new story based on somebody else's story. That's what my son wants to do. 9 years old, he wants to make a new story. Now, he doesn't know it's called a remix. He doesn't know that he is part of a participatory culture. What he knows is that he thought it was cool and that it appealed to him and it was something that he wanted to be a part of. And so what happened here is, this is Max. And Max also wanted to be part of participatory culture. He made his own, posted it on YouTube. Here's another one. This one has a little bit more production value. Not a lot. Okay, and so truly, this went on and on. There were thousands of Numa Numa videos all over the web. Okay, this is about 5 years ago. So it went further. Kids started getting involved in this. This was an animation one. This was from 2007. Okay, so this was a student, a high school student. He was a junior in high school. He created this video, and for a class project. Again, with the participatory culture, he was choosing animation. He puts on his little headphones, and And I don't know if you can see that, but this is actually Gary. So he's watching Gary and he's making the video. So he did his own, ultimately what it comes down to is, we need to stop listening to that. But ultimately what it comes down to is in this, with YouTube and with the proliferation of video that is online and the easy access that we have, all you need to make a video and put it on YouTube is a phone. If you have an iPhone, there's an app called Capture that will upload directly to YouTube. There's no editing or anything like that. So regardless of where you are, you have an iPhone, interestingly enough, it's a Google product, but it's not on Google. I don't really know why it's not on Android yet, but I'm sure it will be. But if you have an iPhone, you can get this app, iPad 2, shoot your video, it will upload it directly to your Google channel. Okay? You can tell a story in a very impromptu way. You don't have to have gone through the entire storyboarding process. When I used to teach kids how to make videos, we did pre-production, we did production, we did post-production, we did some editing. We had 2 VCR edit bays, and they spent hours going back and forth between them. With this, inside of YouTube, you can edit video online on YouTube. You can remix video in a variety of different ways, taking videos that already exist. They have copyright-free music that is available for you to use right now. You can upload, one of the things, there's a lot of PCs, but Photo Story. For those of you who have ever used Photo Story on Windows, you can do that directly inside of YouTube. You don't have to have specific software. You have to have the pictures, and then you upload them, put them in the order you want, narrate over them if you want. Okay? All of these tools are already online. We are rapidly moving towards a world where operating systems don't matter. You may really if you are a Mac person, you may really think that Apple hits it on the nose right every time. Very soon it won't matter, because you will be able to do anything that you need to do on the web. You'll be able to do anything that you need to do on a mobile device. Okay? Now, editing videos on a mobile device doesn't work so well yet. I mean, there are apps that you can do it with, but and actually do it quite well with. But for the most part, like, every kid has a camera. Not every kid. Many kids have a camera already with them. And if they don't have a phone, maybe they have an iPod Touch that has a camera. Maybe they have an iPad. Maybe they have a webcam on a laptop that they might be using. Okay? We're past that point. So in terms of participatory culture, we have an opportunity, or we need to give kids opportunities to participate. So why YouTube? What is it about YouTube? Well, YouTube is kind of everywhere. Okay? There are plenty of websites out there that you can use to upload and share videos. And there are lots of teachers all over the world who use different ones other than YouTube for a variety of different reasons. Maybe it's privacy, maybe they're just not comfortable, maybe YouTube is blocked in their school. Okay? That's pretty common. But YouTube, it's where my kids go when they want to learn something. And it is about learning. It's not just that they are looking to be entertained. Is entertainment part of it? Absolutely. But if they want to know how to do something, they're going to go to YouTube. So, when we think about the process, when we think about what it takes to create a video, the barriers for creation of video are dramatically decreased now. Dramatically decreased. You don't have to have a high-end camera. You don't even have to have a camera that is just a camera. Your phone, iPods, every tablet that is out there right now has the ability to take video or pictures. So what it's really about is sharing. Michael said this morning that we're not addicted to our devices. We're addicted to our friends. Okay? when we want to share something, when we want to share our stories, we want to share it in a way that people will be able to find it. We want to share it so that our friends can see what's there. We want to share it so that people have the ability to see it. Because unlike that paper version of your story that you wrote when you were in school, it's no longer enough for your audience to only be your teacher. Your audience has to be, or their audience, kids' audience, is more than just their teacher now. They're not creating for you anymore. If I'm the first one to tell you that, I'm really sorry. I hate to break it to you. They are not creating for you. They're creating for themselves and they're creating for their friends. And the things that they create for themselves and for their friends are far better than anything they will ever create for you. The things that they create for their friends, they want to be good. The things that they create for you, they want to be good enough. Good enough to get a grade, good enough to get you off their back. If that's what it is, it's good enough. They want to be good when it's for an audience of somebody else. So, considering that, what are the implications for that? What are the implications for having the ability to be a global participant with your stories? What are the implications for the classroom if you have the ability to give your kids options outside of the walls of your school or your classroom? Okay? So many times we look inwards. Kids, they don't look inwards. To a great extent, they're looking out, and they're looking at what other people see. And the reason that they're looking out and seeing what other people see is because of the opportunities that they have with the technologies that exist. YouTube is just one of those technologies. There are plenty of ways to tell stories online. So, one of the things that I really like also, Michael Wesch, he's at Kansas State University, what he says is that media is not just content, nor is it just the tools for communication. Media mediate human relationships, and when media change, human relationships change. Would you say that in the past 5 years, media has changed? It has. So, if this is true, that means the relationships that we have, the way that we approach education, the way that we approach the creations and the opportunities that we give kids also have to change. That's why you guys are here today, really. There are so many opportunities that I hope you have seen today and experienced in your different sessions and your conversations and all that. I hope that you have seen the need for these changes. So let's go out and let's just go to YouTube, because there are lots of different things in here. Now, this is my particular YouTube channel. I created this channel a number of years ago. I use it on and off. It just kind of depends on what I need it for and how I use it. But really, everything that's here represents a little bit of really my story over the last 5 years. From the things that I bookmarked, to the channels that I've created, to the videos that I've uploaded for either my job or for, with my kids. So let's just talk about some of the tools that you have available to you in YouTube. So one of the first tools is your channel. Okay, if you have a Google account, which I hope at least at this point you have a Google account. So I'm just going to go with the assumption that you have a Google account. If you go to YouTube and you log in with that Google account, you have a channel. Okay? So congratulations, you have a YouTube channel. Good job. So on that YouTube channel, this is where you can go to create. This is where you can go to upload videos. So let me show you just real quick a smattering of, there's four different ways that you can go about uploading videos. Or creating videos using YouTube. And I want you to know that on the page, the website that I showed you earlier that had that slide deck and all that, all of this is in there. Okay? I'm not going to go step by step through that website because those are all resources for you to use in the future. Okay? I want to be sure that I hit the things that are important here. So you can see, here I am. I'm logged in, okay? Up in the upper right-hand corner is my name. And right up here by the search bar, there's a little button that says Upload. And if I click Upload, I'm going to see 4 different choices for video creation. Okay? The first one, well, the most obvious one is right here. Select files to upload. Okay? If you are going to create videos in this way, what that means is that you have created a video on your computer. Maybe you've used iMovie on the Mac, maybe you used Windows Movie Maker, maybe you used a different editing software, whatever that might be. You have a video on your file, on your computer that you want to upload. Okay? At that point, really, you click here, you choose your video, and you click Upload. It becomes part of your channel. Okay? So that is if you've created it outside of the YouTube platform. Maybe that's you took a video on your phone. Maybe that's your kids took a video on your phone. Maybe you're creating a class channel where you're going to have kids contributing to that YouTube channel. There's lots of different options there, but that's the most basic way, and truly that's the way that most people think about using YouTube and getting videos on YouTube. I have a video, I would like to put it up on YouTube to share with other people, so click Upload, done. Okay, so that's one way. However, over here on the right-hand side, you have some other options. Okay, this top one is webcam capture. Basically what that means is if you have a webcam on your computer, you can sit in front of that and record directly into YouTube. There's no editing at that point. It truly is just recording into YouTube. So here, if I click on this, it's going to ask me for permission. I'm going to say sure. And here in just a second. I wonder if this has anything to do with being in Canada. All right, so evidently it has an attitude. But truly, this is what Gary did. Okay, the Numa kid, yeah, right? Okay, he sat in front of a webcam and recorded himself. Now, at that point, he had to record himself and put a file on the computer, then he had to upload it. Okay, at this point, all you have to do is capture your webcam. Right now, teachers all over the place are using this for subplans. Okay, they just sit in front of their camera at home, they record themselves giving kids directions. Then all they have to do is send that link to that sub, or the secretary, or whoever it is in their school that is going to give subplans. Okay, they send the link, the kids see their teacher up on the screen, gives the instruction, and off they go. Okay, so that's one option. There are a lot of reasons to do that. I teach grad school, and I use this to give feedback to specific people. I make you have to kind of think this through, but I give them feedback. If they have written something, I don't do it all the time, but if they have written something or assignment that I want to give them feedback on, I will give them feedback by using the webcam capture. Then I share the video only with them. I make it private and share it only with them, because there's a couple different levels of privacy. I'll show you how to go about doing that, but as soon as I do that, I teach completely online. These people never meet me. They have a different relationship with me simply because they've seen me. Okay, so that's just another way to use it. The next one, photo slideshow. With a photo slideshow, you can either take pictures that are already online, or you can upload photos to it. So let's say that I'm going to use these 6 pictures. I'll select those, just like Photo Story. I said Photo Story before. Same thing here. iPhoto works essentially the same way. You can make that video. I have 6 pictures. I'll click Next. Here are my audio files that I can use to overlay. Copyright free. I already have permission to use them. I choose whichever one it is. So extra electric beat. So whatever. And then I upload it. I just created a story. I could have reorganized those videos. I could have retimed them. I mean, you have that kind of control, but that's all there is to it. Right now, it's creating my video, and it's going to be up on my channel. Yeah. You can't voice over at this point. At some point soon, it's being developed. It's just not there yet. Right here, because I just created that video slideshow. Right here is where I have the ability, and I know this is really hard to see, but I have the ability to put a title in here. I can put a description in here. Down at the bottom, I can put tags so that people can find it if I want to. I can share this story. I mean, it's being shared right now, okay? It's creating it right now. But over here, I also have the privacy settings. There are 3 different privacy settings inside of YouTube. One of the things about using YouTube is that initially, there's been a lot of fear inside of education because of all the bad things that are on YouTube. Okay, well, there's bad things everywhere. I mean, there really are. Again, if I'm the first one to ever tell you that, I'm really sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there are. So in this case, I could make it public. You know, we don't want our kids all over the internet yet. Maybe. Okay, it depends. We have to have parents. There's lots of factors to think about. So don't make it public. Make it private, where you only share it with a specific group of people. Okay? You still have the opportunity to share your stories or to share your kids' stories. That's one option. You also have the ability to make it unlisted. Unlisted basically means it's not part of YouTube's search. So it's not discoverable like that. Where you find it, the way you find it, is you have to give somebody the link. Okay, so those are the three different levels. Very similar to the levels of sharing inside of Google Docs and other Google products, where you can have it completely private, where I can just see it. I can have it where other people, if I give them the link, they can see it, or I can have it completely public, where anyone who can find it or searches for it and happens upon it, they're good too. Okay, so you do have those abilities to kind of decide what level of access you want to give people to those stories. Because here's the thing, some kids' stories, are they ready to be published? If kids make a story, are they always ready to be published? They're absolutely not. Okay, I've made horrendous videos because they're learning. I mean, that's part of the learning process, right? So if they're learning, if they want to publish it, one of the things that I'm trying to teach my son right now is what's good to publish and what you need to work on a little bit more. So there, my video is done. It's live online. That's how long it took for that little slideshow to be created. So I now have a new video online of those 6 pictures with that song behind it. And it took me all of about 30 seconds, right? So every time you upload a video or create something, you have these options. You always have the options for control, and you can always go back and change those options later. Let's look at the other options inside of YouTube, inside of the upload feature. One of them is called Google Hangouts on Air. Any of you done a Hangout on Air before? All right, so basically a Hangout on Air is kind of a video call. No, that's what it is. It's not kind of. It's actually a video call. So what you do is, using Google+, is you can connect with up to 9 people at the same time. Okay, and you can actually video conference with 9 people. And you'll see all 9 people's faces. Okay, so with the Hangouts on Air, what that does, you can have a Hangout that's just a private Hangout, and you can have a Hangout on Air. So again, you have that choice. A Hangout is simply a conversation. It's like a video call, Skyping somebody, something like that. Okay? The Hangout on Air is more like a webinar, where you can record it. It records directly to your YouTube channel, and you can go and you can have a webinar. I am responsible for the library program in my district. So this year, I have 5 new librarians. I have 35 librarians total in my district. I have 5 new librarians. Those 5 new librarians, 3 of them are new to my district and new to education. Okay, so they're in their library, and truly, they're struggling because it's their first year as a teacher. I mean, think about your first year as a teacher and how miserable it was, really. I mean, right? Okay, well, they're doing that, but they also aren't part of a team because they are kind of their little island in the library, so they have their own thing. So what we've done is on a monthly basis, we have a hangout where all the librarians come, all the new librarians come. They meet with me, they meet with our lead librarian, our professional developer for librarians, and we have a conversation about whatever they want to talk about. Just gives them an opportunity to connect with other people that they are currently, that are in their same boat. And we invite veteran librarians in to give them advice, to help them learn from their experiences. Okay? Well, initially we were going to just do that as a hangout, but not everybody could come. So we recorded it. We did a hangout on air. I had my 3 new librarians, and I had 3 of my 5 new librarians, and I had 2 veteran librarians. We had a conversation. There were 7 people in at the same time. You saw everybody's face. We recorded it. I sent it out to the other 2 librarians who couldn't make it that night. They got all the same information. They got to learn from those other people. Truly, the extent that it takes is clicking that button and pushing record. You use the webcam that's already on your computer, or on your tablet, or on your phone. It's cross-compatible, so you can do a hangout regardless of your device. Okay? So that's another option for creating a video. And at that point, yes, in the case that I was talking about, absolutely, that's informational, but truly, at the same time, could I have told a story about that with that? Absolutely, yeah.
You just invite them using their email addresses?
Yep.
So similar to Skype?
Very similar. And what it is their Google account. So as long as you have their Google account, you're good to go. The last one that's down here is a video editor. Okay, YouTube has its own online video editor. Okay, so if we click on that, it's going to pull up an editor. So this says My Slideshow. This is the video that I just created. Okay, I have some, these are all videos that I've done. And because I own these videos, I can edit them. But there are other videos out there that people have tagged as being Creative Commons, as being able to remix them. I could pull those videos in there too. But it's as easy, so right down here, let me make it so you can see everything. I have 2 videos down here at the bottom. I put, this is a demo of a reading app, and this is a library media example. If I wanted to pull, this is the Hangout. This little video right here is the Hangout that I did. All I have to do is pull it down just like this. And I think I'll get rid of this one. Here are all my videos. Now, when I'm ready, when I'm ready, I can take screenshots, I can put in music, I can look for other Creative Commons videos. I have transitions I can put in. I can put text on top of it. So if I want to put a title in or put a question in, maybe for kids they're consuming videos, I want to give them some questions to think about with that video. I can put all that stuff in there. Once my video is done, right up here in the upper right-hand corner, I click Publish. Yeah? You always have to be online for this. Yep. And so if I click Publish, it's going to go through the process of creating my video. So right now, it's making this video. I'm going to have another video up on my channel here in a matter of minutes. Okay, so the video editor gives you the ability to not be tied to a computer. Okay? Well, I say that. It's not to be tied to a computer. You still need a computer. You don't have to be in a specific operating system. I said before, the operating system is not going to matter very soon. Okay? This doesn't matter if you're on a Mac, doesn't matter if you're on a PC, you can be on Linux. You can be on an old version of Windows or OS 10. You can, as long as you have a browser and can get to the internet, truly, this works best in Chrome. Okay? It's Google's browser. But as long as you have a browser, you can get to this editor, you can edit that video, and you can go and tell your stories. And you can give kids opportunities to tell your stories. So it's going to take a few moments for that to get done. Yeah?
You delete a video once it's been published?
You absolutely can. Yep. Now, I don't know if I can delete a video inside of, because I don't know if I can when I'm not in the States. But here are my videos. Let's just see. Let's check it out. I'm going to try to delete this one. Now it's just going to open it. Thanks. So, yeah, you absolutely can. I think, I mean, I use a different system. You know, like it's YouTube Canada, YouTube United States. They're two different things. So, you can. It's in your settings. You just go in and delete it. You can also, any of those items that you want to change, you can go in and change those. So you can change the title if you want to. You can change the description. You can add different things. You can go back and make it private if you want to. I'm going to take this video right here that I just created. I can go in under Video Manager, and I can change and make this, change this from private. I'm sorry, you guys, this is tough to see. But I can change my privacy settings right over here from public to unlisted or private. So I always have those same options. I can always go back and edit this video because I own it. I can always change the privacy. I can always change the description. I can go through all of those pieces. So, but when you're creating videos and you're uploading videos, to a certain extent, there are no barriers. Okay, I mean, you really can upload. You have to be a member of YouTube for so long before you can upload videos over 15 minutes. Okay, so that's a barrier. But here's the thing: kids aren't going to watch videos over 15 minutes. Okay, if it's over 5 minutes, you've lost their interest about 3 minutes ago. So, you know, and that's just something to remember. Right now, the whole idea of flipping the classroom is huge. Kind of all over the world, everybody's talking about flipping the classroom. This is your platform. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be difficult. Part of flipping the classroom, I was talking about using that webcam. You know, simply giving instructions via the webcam or explaining something in that way. You can use that as well. There's lots of opportunities that you have in using video. So let's go back and let's talk about some other tools that you have inside of YouTube. Because one of those tools is to create your own playlists for students. How many of you use playlists with kids? Okay, so what a playlist is, it's a collection of videos. Okay, over here on the left-hand side, I'm on my YouTube page. Over here on the left-hand side, there is a link for playlists. And when I open up that playlist link, here are the playlists that I have created over time. And so right here, there's one called YouTube Workshops. I have 12 videos in this particular playlist. Okay, I click on this. Over here on the right-hand side, these are the videos. These are the videos that I have put in this particular playlist. So what that means is that All of this, I call this YouTube workshop. These are all examples that I use in that day-long workshop thing that I was talking about. Okay? They're all in one place right now. You could create a playlist for a specific unit where all of the videos, kind of like bookmarking them. Okay? It's the same thing as bookmarking them, except they still live online. They still live on your YouTube channel. All you have to do is give your kids a URL, and then they can access them. One of the things that I used to do all the time is I would bookmark videos on my computer, and then I would show them in class, and then my kids would never be able to find them because I didn't share them with them. Okay, I didn't give them the URL. At that point, it didn't even occur to me, you know what, why don't I give you the URL so you can look at this later? Didn't even occur to me. But now, as I think about this, and as I use this with different things, I use this for professional development, I use this for the grad classes that I teach, I go ahead and I create for each week of this online class, it's an 8-week class, for each week of this online class, I have a different playlist. Now I use a different account for that. So you're not seeing it here, but I have a different playlist for each week. So all they have to do, I give them one link and they have all the video content that they need for that particular week, for that particular unit. It's all in one spot, and it all lives online. I'm not downloading YouTube videos to my computer and trying to manage where files are and things like that. It's all in my channels. Or, I'm sorry, it's all in my playlist. So these playlists, let me go back. These playlists, whenever I go to any video that I watch on YouTube, I can add it to one of my playlists, regardless of the video. Okay? We're in a culture of participating. We're in a culture of sharing. Let's just go to YouTube here. Google search turns 15. All right, here's a video. It just happens to be on my list here, but right down here where it says add to, this is where all of my playlists are. Every single video, as long as I'm logged in, every single video that I watch, I can add to one of my playlists. It's that simple. So if I wanted to put this one under this Google playlist, I just come down, I click there, there. That video has been now been added to Google. So anybody who I have...
Where did you go to add to again? I missed that.
It is right underneath the video. There is a link right here that says add to. So basically what this says, it says about. So this is the description of the video. About is what comes up whenever you watch a video. The third one over is add to. So you have about, share, and add to. Clicking on add to pulls up all my playlists. I just decide which playlist I want it to be on. And this is also where I create new playlists. It's right down here. So I just add it with whatever I want, which also means that anybody that I've already shared that Google playlist with now has an additional video. I don't have to reshare that video anymore. I have one spot. I give them one link. It's to my playlist, and anything that I add from then on immediately gets pushed out to anybody who I've ever given that link to. Okay? So in terms of a teaching tool, whether or not these are your videos or not, most of the videos that are in here are not mine. They're videos that I've found. They're videos that I'm using for my instruction. They're videos that you can use right now because you have a YouTube account. All you have to do is do your playlist. If you're going to start with anything, if you're going to do anything with YouTube, and you're going to do anything with telling stories and giving kids opportunities to tell stories, start with playlists. Create your playlists first. After you've created your playlist and you've kind of gotten into that mode of thinking about how I can use this, then go into making a channel. The playlist is the easiest one to start with. You already have the account. It's just like bookmarking. And then you can share it. Absolutely. So when you go in, this little X right here, click on that, it takes it out of that playlist. So every video you go back to, you can just unplaylist it. So the bottom line for all of this is we started with those statistics. Video is a part of our culture. Video is becoming more and more important in terms of finding, using information critically, being critical thinkers about the information that we find, because YouTube is as much a part of the web as text is. So go ahead and give kids opportunities to create videos, give kids opportunities to curate videos, just like we've done here. Tell stories using multiple videos by using that playlist and determining the appropriate order for those videos to go in. Tell stories by editing videos that already exist. If people have shared it and they've already given you the rights to use it, let your kids mess with it. Let your kids try things out. It's not going to change what anybody else created. It's going to pull it into their channel. It's going to let them learn how to navigate the world of video and the world of online video. So, if I can leave you with anything, is first of all, don't be scared of YouTube. Don't be scared of what might happen. How are you going to respond when things do happen? How are we going to give kids opportunities to create? How are we going to give them opportunities to tell stories in ways that are meaningful for them and in ways that they can share and they can participate in the culture that they live in? So I hope you guys have had a good day. I hope that you have enjoyed YouTube, and stick around because we have one more. So thank you very much.